All right, let's do it. Let's rock it. Ooh, that's loud. All right, let's rock into those jumping jacks. Woo! All right, we are definitely hitting every major muscle group this morning, waking everything up. It's our Monday style. Going with that high intensity when it calls for it, and that dialed in strength when we're lowering that intensity a little bit. But keeping the mind on the muscles at all times. We're really sort of flip-flopping through strength and cardio this morning so that we just get the 1-2 punch all in that 4-minute stretch. All right. Start to loosen up the body here. Let the blood flow. Let the muscles wake up. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, into those butt kicks. Stretch out the quads a little bit. So through this warm-up, pay attention to any muscles that are sore, any joints that feel a little achy this morning, weird aches and pains that you should pay attention to. Maybe stretch a little bit more. And just make sure that you're focusing on when we're using those butt parts. Let's go 3. Let's go 2. And 1 into those high kicks. So we're going to have 4 exercises per Tabata round, which means we're running through each exercise twice. The way that we're going to do it today is we're going to have 1 exercise. We'll do 2 Tabata rounds, which is Tabata sets, Tabata reps, I don't know. And then on to the next. And again, the goal here is to flip-flop between strength and cardio to get the heart rate up there, but also get that lean muscle build going on. Let's go 3. Let's go 2. 1 more each side. All right. Shake it out, knees to chest. What you can do in this warm-up to get your body prepped and ready to go, whether that's a couple of extra stretches, a little bit more cardio to get the heart rate up. For now, look to get that knee all the way up to the chest, big open to the side. So what you're starting to feel is the glute wake up, the hips are stretching, and you're starting to get a sense of where your center of gravity is at. Let's go 1 more each side. Squeeze in, big open, and drop. All right, let's get the upper body into play. Nice wide stance, arms up and out to the side, gentle stretches. Starting to breathe at the end of the stretch. So starting to pay attention to how your breathing rate matches the movement. Get a little bit deeper into that stretch. As if someone's holding on your fingertips and sort of pulling you side to side. Stretch all the way from the hip, up the side of the body to the ribs, and through the shoulder to the fingers. Let's go 3. Let's go 2. 1 more stretch and we're going right into those toe touches. All right, square off the hips. And again, start nice and gentle. Give your body and brain a couple of seconds here to recognize that this is a stretch that you want it to be doing. And then as you start to feel the hamstrings and lower back loosen up, you're going to pull the chest a little bit closer down towards your legs, a little bit closer each time. Pushing into that stretch just a little bit more. Let's go 1 more each side here. Squaring off the hips at the top, tucking the tailbone down to that last reach. And then stand up nice and tall. Take that deep breath in, reach for the ceiling. Stretching the spine as far as you can up towards the ceiling, and then push your butt back behind you and reach for the ground. Soft pedals, right to left. We're going to start with the lower body circuit, so you definitely want to make sure the hips, the glutes, the adductors, everything's awake and ready to go. As you're shifting left to right here, start to push the hips back just a little bit. Change the angle of that stretch. Just kind of push that comfort zone a little bit. Draw the hips forward. 3, 2, keep those feet flat on the ground. 1. All right, walk the heels in, toes in, heels, follow the toes, right to the center, and roll those shoulders up to the ceiling. Big shoulder rolls back behind you. Let's get a little bit of a windmill going on here. Wake up the shoulders and the lats. So reach the right arm right up towards the ceiling, left hand down towards the side. Big windmills here. Big swimmers forward. Let your whole torso sort of rotate with this windmill. Shoulders are waking up, hips are waking up. 3, 2, and 1. Reverse direction. Big rotations of those shoulders on this one. Tuck the tailbone, keep the lower back nice and straight here. 3, 2, and 1. All right, shake everything out. Loosen up. So if there is anything that felt tight throughout that warm-up, continue to stretch it out. Continue to move the body. Again, all you're going to need is a mat and a kettlebell for this workout. In between exercises, highly recommend keeping the body moving. You don't necessarily have to be doing jump squats or anything like that, but keep the body moving, toe touches back and forth, swinging the arms around, just keeping the heart rate up a little bit, okay? So we're going to play with the intervals. We're going to keep it pretty steady Tabata, 20 seconds on, 10 seconds off to start off, and then we'll play around with it as we get down towards the end of the workout. So, like I said, 4 exercises per round. Each exercise we're going to do twice before moving on to the next. And we're, as much as possible, going to move between strength and cardio back and forth. So we're going to keep it super simple to start us off. We're just going with squats. Keep the heels under the shoulders here. Nice straight back. 2 and 1. Just use these first couple of 20-second rounds as an extension of the warm-up here. Getting that butt back behind you. Deep into that squat as you can go. Boom. Nice. 3, 2, and 1. All right. And you're definitely going to find muscles that maybe are a little bit sore that you didn't find during the warm-up. So make sure that you're stretching those out as we go. Here we go. One more round of squats just like that. Boom. And right up to the top. And keep in mind that we are going to throw in cardio here, right? So you want to sort of keep your mind on that level, that high energy level. Getting ready for some explosive pushes throughout the workout. 3, 2, and 1. All right. We're going to stick with the squat, but we're going to add a pop to it. So, squat pop, big power through the toes, all the way through the timer. Here we go. 2 and 1. Let's go. So that squat form has been warmed up. We know what we're doing. And we're going to start to get that heart rate up. The whole goal with Tabata is get the heart rate and the breathing rate up so that your body has to recover later. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Woo! There you go. That's 1. All right. Stretch it out here. One more round of those squat pops, and I promise we'll play with some other muscle groups. 2 and 1. Here we go. Push it. Your thighs should be burning at this point. That's where we want them. All the way through it. Try not to slow down. 10 seconds. Woo! Come on. Already feeling that burn. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Woo! All right, grab your kettlebell. We're going to balance things out here. Romanian deadlift, so the straight leg deadlift. Pushing the butt back behind you. Squeeze the glutes and up to the top. So we just hit quads in a big way. We got our strength, we got our cardio. So we're slowing that things down. Back to strength focus. And bringing in the hamstrings. 3, 2, and 1. Nice. Make sure that the back is staying nice and straight and you're just getting the parallel to the ground. You don't have to go further. 2 and 1. Let's go. All right. Perfecting form here because what we're going to do next is add a pop to the top of the deadlift. So just imagine as you pull up to that straight body line, pushing through the toes, just give it a little pop. Boom. So hold on to that kettlebell. We have 1 minute of work to go. So here we go. Ready? Deadlift. As you get back up to the top, pop. So here we go. Dead, pop. Dead, and pop. So as you're coming back up to the top, you're going to squeeze the abs. Keep the back super straight. And add in that little pop. 3, 2, and 1. One more round of those there, okay? So again, form is key on here. Start to even out that burn, that front side, back side burn. Here we go. 2, and 1. Go into that dead. Straighten up, yeah, pop. Yep, exactly. So what this is doing is you're going to come up to that straight line, push through the toes. It almost forces good form, because you kind of have to keep that hollow body hold. 3, 2, and 1. Whew. All right. Kettlebell to the side. Round 1 is done. Hopefully, you are already at a point where you're feeling those legs burning, right? Definitely got the quads. Hamstrings are awake. So we're going to turn our attention to the upper body. If I can ever get this going. All right. Here we go. A little water. So again, you're going to want the kettlebell. We're going to do the same deal. 4 exercises. We're going to start alternating sides, right to left, right? So we're going to start kettlebell in hand, curl to press. Just that right side. This is the point where the kettlebell that you're using is too heavy for this. Grab a dumbbell. It's not a big deal, okay? So make sure you have that variety around. So while the heart rate is still up, and we're still feeling probably the squat pops at this point, that kettlebell's in the right hand. Grip the handle, palm facing forward, 2, and 1. Tight core here, curl and press right up towards the ceiling. No movement in the upper body. This is strictly strength training. We'll get to the cardio in a little bit. Yep, awesome. Curl up, keep that elbow in front of the body as you press. Yeah, nice. 2, and 1. Bring it in and switch sides. Same deal, nothing changes. Left hand faces forward, curl to press. Keep the wrist really nice and strong on that press, okay? Here we go, curl, right up towards the ceiling. Pushing the fist, the knuckles right up into the ceiling so that you know that that wrist isn't flexing all the way back like that. Woo! Come on, squeeze the bicep curl, push, 2, and 1. All right, back over to the right hand. We're going to add in a little bit of cardio. We're going push presses, right side only, so that elbow facing forward, same technique. No curl, just the press. Here we go. And get some speed with it. So as much as possible, what I try to do is sort of make that first exercise a warm-up for what's coming next. You can lock in form and pay close attention so that when you need the power, when you need the push, that's where you can focus. 3, 2, 1 more. Woo! Bring it in and over to the other side. Again, elbow forward, strong wrist, 2, and 1. Here we go. Push it right up. Yeah, nice, excellent. Good pace here too. I love that as soon as that elbow locks out, the dumbbell or the kettlebell is coming right back down to the shoulder, keeping those reps happening. Nice. 5 seconds, come on. 3, come on, 2, and 1. All right, we're gonna slow it back down. Still using that kettlebell, we're going extensions. I'm gonna hold the kettlebell sort of backwards like this, up above the head. We're just going extensions, slow it right down. So you're holding onto those handles so the wrists have a little bit of flexibility. And you can get that kettlebell nice and low behind the head. Make sure your back is staying nice and straight. So tuck that tailbone under. 3, 2, and 1. One more round of those. Don't worry, we're not doing cardio, tricep extensions. We are doing burpees. That'll be fun. Woo! All right, straight up towards the air. Lock those elbows out. Here we go. Pressing that kettlebell right up through the ceiling. So stay in control here. Yeah, nice. Elbows are staying nice and tight to the head. Protect the shoulders, protect the elbows, and just hit those triceps. 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, we're just playing the straight cardio game on this one. We're going burpees. Whatever you've got. If you've got the full burpee with the push-up, throw it in there. If you're going plank, that's fine too. Here we go. out, and right up towards the ceiling. So hands down, pop it out into that high plank. If you have the push-up in you, do it. If not, you're going right back into that pop. Get that heart rate up here. Come on. 3, 2, and 1. Shake it out. Keep the body moving here. No slow it down. Yeah, nice. That's what I like to see. Here we go. 3, 2, and 1. Let's go. 20 seconds. Full throttle. Get that cardio pump on. Woo! Come on. We're pushing all the way through. Big energy here. 5 seconds to go. We got this. This is it. Woo! All right. Beautiful. Grab some water. So that is the end of round 2. Doesn't mean that we stop moving. Keep the body moving here. I feel like I should bring a straw down because I always say keep moving and then I have to stop to drink because I can't do 2 things at once. It happens. All right. What do we need here? We don't need to wait for this next one. We're going to move our attention back to the lower body. We're going to start with alternating reverse lunges. That's our strength, right? When we get into cardio, we'll stick to one side, lunge to that knee drive, all right? So, lunge sequence. We're going to hit the glutes as well during this particular set. So, while you're still breathing hard, before you've recovered from the last set, we're diving right into the third set. Alternating reverse lunges. Keep those shoulders high. Here we go. Step it back and forward. No cardio. Lock in that forearm. This round follows the same pattern. We're going to use this exercise and building some power. Coming up shortly. 3, 2, and 1. There's that 10-second break. One more round of those alternating reverse lunges, then we're pulling in power. Here we go. 2 and 1. Let's go. That big step back. What I want you to focus on is controlling that back knee and pushing through the front heel because that's where the power is going to come from in the next round. Push through the front heel. Use the glute muscle. Use the quad. 3, 2, and 1. All right. Here we go. That right leg is going to stay as your stance leg. You're going to step back with the left, come forward, and drive up through the front. Here we go. Step it back and drive. You can either come up onto the toe, or if you got it, push through that front foot. Yeah. Beautiful. This is where you can really feel the importance of that glute and quad doing the work and nothing means. 4, 3, 2, and 1. You guys are awesome. Heck yeah. All right, let's switch sides. Getting that burn back, huh? Left leg stays as the stance leg. 2 and 1. Let's go. We can rest when we're done. That's not what Tabata's for. Nice. Nice. Come on. Heart rate right back up there where we want it to be. Push through it. Up to the toe. 3, 2, and 1. Woo! This is the halfway point right here. All right, we're back to that alternating. We're going curtsy lunges. Wake up those glutes. 2 and 1. So slow things down. Curtsy lunges. Step. And again, pulling forward. Use the muscles, not the knee. Everything's burning right now, so you should be able to pinpoint where you got to dial that focus into. 3, 2, and 1. All right, up to the top. One more round of these. Whichever direction you finish off in, go the other direction. 3, 2, here we go. Step it back. You guys know where this is going, right? We're going skaters to finish up this round. So get that side-to-side motion down. Make sure there's nothing in your way. Woo! 5, 4, 3, keep it up. 2 and 1. All right. 1 minute of work. Turn those lunges into a power push. We're going big time skaters here. All the energy you've got. Let's go. We're going for speed and intensity. So use your arms. Get that momentum going. Yeah. Perfect. Yes. Yes. Push up that front leg. Balance and strength. Let's go. 5 seconds. Wait for the timer. 3, 2, and 1. Woo! Heck yeah. 20 more seconds just like that. Same power, same intensity. We've got this. We're halfway through already. Let's go. Those big pushes, side to side. We're coming up on a little break, so anything that you've got in the tank right now goes in. We want to finish this workout with nothing left. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Woo! All right. We're back to that deep breath mode. Stoop, stoop. There we are. Woo! All right. We're back to that burn. We're back to that deep breathing. We're back to me not being able to walk and sit at the same time. It's fine. All right. We're taking the next set down to the mat. You do not need weight with you. We're going to focus on core. We're focusing on chest. And we're focusing on cardio this round. So hit the mat. We're going to start in a high plank with some up sounds. Boom, boom. Down to the elbows, up to the hands. Remember, we're going 2 rounds of each exercise before we move on to that next exercise, okay? So, high plank position. Take a couple of deep breaths in. If you're not fully recovered, perfect. We're going to slow things down. How did I manage to bring pencil downstairs with me? Here we go. High plank, down into elbow. Down, down, up, up. Alternating sides. Pushing up and lowering down leg. Lock in that plank form. You know we're going to play around with this position. 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, quick little break here. Take advantage of them when they come. One more round of plank up downs. Focus on those arms, doing a lot of work here. 2 and 1. Here we go. Feeling super strong. Up, up. Arms had a little bit of a break there. So we're feeling good. We're feeling ready to go. Up, up. 10 seconds to go. No pauses here. Come on. 3, 2, and 1. All right. We're going through 2 rounds of mountain climbers next, and I'm going to up the challenge a little bit more. See if you can hold that plank during the rest period. Here we go. 2 and 1. Hit those mountain climbers. 20 seconds. Get the heart rate up. And if your body's got some juice left in it, you're going to hold that high plank when this timer goes off. Up that challenge just a little bit here. 3, 2, and 1. Slow things down. Just 10 seconds. Get ready for another set of mountain climbers. Hold strong. 2 and 1. Let's go. Get those knees jacking up towards your hands. Get the cardio rate going. Woo! We will take that rest in 10 seconds. Keep it going. Keep it going. Come on. We got this. 3, 2, and 1. All right, halfway through this round. We're going to go in for a hold again. This time, side plank. Your choice, straight arm or forearm. Let's start on that right side. Lift the hips up. So again, this round, if you're feeling up to it, skip the rest. Go into a forearm and elbow plank for 10 seconds. And then you'll rotate to the left side when the timer goes off again. 3, 2, and 1. Hold on to that. Go to the middle. That elbow plank. 10 seconds. And then rotate to the left side in 2 and 1. Let's go. Just gotta switch sides so I can see what's going on. All right, hold steady. We're gonna take this next break and then finish up with a little cardio. Keep the hips high. Reach that right arm up towards the ceiling to help with balance. 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, 1 minute to go. Cardio round, plank jacks. We're getting that core all the way through the end now. Here we go, high plank. Out, in, out, in. Get that heart rate back up. Our focus from here on out through that last above round is going to be core strength. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring it in. One more 20-second round of plank jacks, and then we get that break. And we're actually back up on our feet for the last round. 3, 2, and 1. Let's go. Hit it. Get those toes moving faster than the last round. Keep your butt low. Keep your abs pulled in tight towards the spine. Shoulders stay over the wrist. 10 seconds. Come on. Body's getting tired. That's exactly where you want to push it just a little bit more. 2, and 1. Knees hit down. Woo! I'm working up a sweat. All right. We've got a couple of minutes here. This is that express hit where we're just pushing right through to that very last round. My goal is to leave you breathing hard when we shut down the class today. All right, so here's what we're looking at for that last round. We're up on our feet. We are going to use a kettlebell, so this is definitely one that I recommend using a kettlebell, not a dumbbell for. I don't know what's happening with this bandana right now. And like I said, we are going to focus on core still. So we're going to move through a series of exercises. I'm going to show them all to you briefly so you know. We're going to start with windmills. You have a choice here. If you're comfortable with this movement and using weight, use weight. Please do challenge yourself. If you're not, go body weight, okay? So either way, you would start with the right hand up, left hand down, and you're going to go into that windmill, right? Boom, boom. And we'll stick with one side at a time. Again, if you're not feeling comfortable with the weight over your shoulder, over your head, do this body weight. We'll go right, we'll go left. We're going to go figure eights, right? Boom, through the legs. We're going to go kettlebell swings, and then that last one, we're just doing circles. We're literally going boom, boom. Exaggerating this sort of hip hinge, right? So boom, boom. Tight core on that one. Working on holding the spine straight as there's a rotation happening, okay? Those are our 4 exercises. They're all a little power heavy. They're all a little core heavy. And we're going to rock through it right to the end. So pay attention to form. We got this. So, starting with those windmills. Wide stance. About shoulder width apart, a little bit wider. Right arm right up above the head. The left hand travels down the side, so sort of the front outside of the ankle, and right back up. Only go as far as you're comfortable. If that is to your knee, so that you can feel that push back up, that is perfectly fine. You're definitely getting the work in. Woo! Yeah. Lock out that elbow, 2, and 1. Beautiful. Nicely done. All right. Weights to the left-hand side. Lock the elbow out above the head. Right hand is going to guide you this time. Down the side of the leg, boom, and push right up towards the ceiling. You want to sort of feel like that kettlebell travels straight down, and then the goal is to push it right back up to the same spot. Yeah, beautiful, you guys. Keep it up, almost there. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, here we go. We're going figure eights. On our rest periods here, we're going to do that standing plank. So let's start with the figure eight. Thread through the legs. Swap hands. Back up to the top. What I want you to, I lost it. Focus on keeping the hips and the shoulders facing forward. It's okay. There's no puppy behind me. Everybody's safe. We're good. So when this timer goes off, hold on to that kettlebell. Go into that standing plank that we worked on over the summer. Boom. So all you're doing, hold the handle, tight core. Remind yourself where the core is. 4, 3, 2, everybody up. Here we go. Back into that figure eight. I don't know if you guys can hear that little one howling up here, but it's definitely not a dog howl. We call that fox, maybe? I don't know. Strong core here. We're going back into that hold. In 3, in 2, and 1. Find that hold. Tight core. That's the purpose. Tuck that tailbone under. Tighten the core. Kettlebell swings coming up. In 3, 2, and 1. Here we go. That's the easier one, right? It's easy to switch into the kettlebell swing from that standing plank. What we want though is just 4 straight minutes of core being engaged and being in control. 4, 3, 2, and 1. You're gonna slow it down, find that hold. 1 more kettlebell swing. 3, 2, and 1. Let's go. Push the butt back behind you. Yeah. Get those hamstrings a little bit again. Kind of reminder of that first round, those deadlifts. Yeah, nice. You've got 10 seconds. And then we're back into a hold, and we're going to finish up with those hip circles. 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right. I bring in the stance a little bit. You'll figure out what works for you. We're just going circles. Let's go to the right. So we're going, clockwise this time. Here we go. Circle behind the body and to the front. Tight core, exaggerate, so like mini hinge, and then push the hips forward. All core here. You should feel it. Woo! Yeah, nice. Nice. 5, 4. I feel like I'm just asking to let this kettlebell go. 2, 1, to the center. Strong hold. We're going the opposite way, counterclockwise around the body. Keep that hold on your abs. 2, and 1. Let's go. You wouldn't think that this one would have a better direction, but apparently, counterclockwise is harder for me. Keep those knees fairly straight. That hinge is all about the core. 3, come on, 2, and 1. Bring it in. Drop that weight to the side, you guys. Beautiful job. Shaking out the arms here. Shaking out the core. Grab some water if you want it. We're going to stretch it out. Quick mobility stretch. Starting on our feet, working our way down to the mat. So, quick stretch. Shoulders to chest. All right, take that deep breath in and reach to the ceiling. Stretch the spine as tall as you can. Exhale and drop the arms to the side. Another deep breath in. Bring the fingertips together over the top. And stretch up through the spine. Tilt the hips forward, draw the hips forward. Slight arch here. Bring it back to the center. Let the arms fall. Push the butt back behind you and reach for your toes. All right. Turn your attention to your breathing rate. Taking deep breaths in. Deep breaths in. Long, slow exhales that give you time to sink into this stretch. Let the tension go from the neck so you can really just sort of let the torso fall towards the ground. Step the feet out just a little bit wider, so about shoulder width apart. Sink back into that stretch. And then you're going to walk the hands forward a couple of steps into sort of a wider stance down dog here. Woo! Let those shoulders fall towards the toes. Soft pedal at the knees here, so that right knee bends. And then the left back and forth here, stretching through the calves, stretching through the hands. Three, 2, and 1. Both legs straight, and go ahead and draw the hips forward through the hands, down to the mat, into that cobra. Close your eyes here, and draw those shoulder blades down and back towards your butt. Create some space between the shoulders and the ears. Your breathing rate should be slowing here. Your body temperature is coming back down towards normal. Stretching those muscles back out to their proper length. All right, take a deep breath in. You're going to draw the hips back over the knees. Go ahead and adjust the body so that you're comfortable on all fours. Take a deep breath in and roll the back up to the ceiling. As you exhale, pull the belly button down towards the mat. Lift the chest and chin. Moving through these poses according to your breathing patterns. Just feeling everything sort of calm down. The burn is gone, but the muscle focus is still there. And when you're ready, go ahead and come to neutral. We're going to sit back on the heels in child's pose. We're going to stretch through the lats and shoulders a bit. So from that child's pose position, step the right hand out to the right, follow with the left. You'll feel a little extra pull through the left shoulder, through the left lat. If you want to do a gentle sort of side-to-side roll, pressure on the right pinky and then over to the left. It's not so much pressure, it's just a little bit of weight there. 3, 2, and 1. Step it back to the center, all the way over to the left. So step the left hand out to the side, follow with the right. Feel that stretch first. And then you can add in that little bit of a roll, that gentle rocking, side to side, pinky to pinky. 3, 2, and 1. Back to the center. Let your forehead fall forward. Release any tension that you're still holding on to there. And reach back to your heels. Just sort of completely let go of any tension at this point. These last few breaths of this cool down, just take a minute to appreciate your body. It's a good thing to start every Monday with that workout, and this was killing. When you're ready, go ahead and sit up nice and tall and shake those arms out. You guys rocked it. This was a tough workout. You kicked butt. Nicely done. Ooh, I'm sweating over here.